Some weird music there, guys. Welcome back to the NA qualifiers here for the Chongqing Major. We got Team going up against J.Storm. Game 2, as Game 1 was a pretty brutal ass whooping. J.Storm had, I think we can call at least 2 of the 3 lanes winning, one of which was just absolutely dominant. So, yeah, when you give Bridal Ember Spirit, when he crushes Sammy Boy beyond any measure of a doubt, yeah, usually your game is going to be pretty good for you. So Team, not looking that great after that first game, but hey, it's a new patch, it's a new game. There's just a Dota 2 update, so maybe Gaben pulled some levers that'll help them a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, we're going to have, hopefully, a little bit of a better one here. Now Mikelorus is going to be your caster for this game. And it looks like ban phase-wise, Magnus actually going to get the boot out. There was Brewmaster Tazzle, I said, and Grimstroke. Those are like the nut heroes right now. I mean, there are still many other good heroes in the game, but yeah, these heroes can get pretty ridiculous if you let them through. You don't want to let them through. I think Axe is the one who was banned out and is not currently banned off of Game 1, but yeah, if you have, in this day and age, you gotta have some multitude of strategies. Well, we've seen Dazzle first picked pretty often, in the last game, in fact. PA has gotten a lot of attention as well. And, ooh, we're going to have a Beastmaster kicked out as well. Never thought I'd see that. But hey, look at that. It's a Phantom Assassin. What a surprise. Now, you know what, guys? I'm okay with this Phantom Assassin. I like Phantom Assassin quite a bit just because I love seeing those big crits. I'm not really sure how I feel about this blur, but that's okay. Because I'm not going to have to really worry about, you know, seeing heroes. Ain't blurry for me.
10 seconds.
I'm just kidding, guys. Well, actually, I guess that's true. I can see her at all times, so yeah, got him. But whoa, I don't think is Darkseer a hero? Okay, Darkseer may not be a hero. I'm pretty sure he hasn't really gotten that much attention so far in the latest patch. I mean, he's gotten an absolute list, pages and pages of patch notes. But I don't remember any of them to be, like, anything insane or anything like that. You do get an even sicker combo with Spirit Breaker. It used to be pretty good. You just slap the Ion Shell on Spirit Breaker, have him charge into whoever, and just have him go to town. I believe Surge acts as a plus speed boost now, instead of a your speed is now maxed. I could look that up, actually, on the side. I'm going to do that. Give me a second, guys. But yeah, you put the Ion Shell on the Spirit Breaker, you have him charge into either of these 2 heroes from J.Storm, and he goes ham. Now, though, you get ignore the movement speed limit, surge speed change from 550 to plus 36, 54, 72, 90%. I'm not entirely sure if that is like better or worse, and at what levels it is better or worse, but it is going to be pretty sick. The fact that you're able to slap both of those on a Spirit Breaker while he's charging, get to like Mach 5 or whatever, and then slam jam a Phoenix. It's a really powerful combo. Is that powerful enough to warrant picking these 2 heroes up in the first phase? I'm not entirely convinced. But then again, I don't really have much experience seeing these 2 as an opener in this patch. So I'm not really sure. It may be insane. It may be the most nutter butter thing in the world. But I can't speak to it right now. Phoenix is definitely a hero that struggles against this. You can dive away, but if you mistime your dive, you still may get charged. Not fun, and hell, if you even get hit by the charge in the first place, there's no guarantee you're going to get unstunned, so you can dive away afterwards. Phantom Assassin, yeah, she has some mobility, but yeah, this is a really, really aggressive combo from the team side, and I like the fact that they're picking out the Oracle in the ban phase as well. Oracle, PA, I mean, there's no, like, combos there. I don't see any combos from the J.Storm side, just to get rid of that purge effect that would otherwise go into the Spirit Breaker, get rid of the Surge / Ion Shell. Oracle's always been one of, if not the best heroes at dealing with the Darkseer.
5 seconds remaining.
And from the J.Storm side, they take out the TB as they did in the last game, taking out the Lina as well. And that's a little bit of a weirder one. I don't really think the hero is anything insane, although I do think if you're picking up a hero to kill off the Phoenix Egg, Lina is probably going to be one of the better ones, simply because she gets so much attack speed from both of her roles. If you're a support Lina, you still can cast spells and obliterate that egg. If you're a core Lina, obviously you're going to be casting spells and doing right clicks. But you kill off Phoenix from a safe distance really, really quickly. That's the dream, man. That's the dream of any support / core. Seems like J.Storm just keeping their options a little bit open as Team now going to get a Bat Rider. Man, they're really looking to abuse this movement speed from the Darkseer, because you get that surge on a Spirit Breaker or a Bat Rider and they can just go off. And J.Storm, because they've picked up the Phantom Assassin first instead of leaving their lane matchup versus Bat Rider towards the 4th or 5th pick, which is usually what we see more often, they don't have that luxury of being able to really swap anything. Like PA, unless they do something really crazy with their lanes, is most likely going to run into that Bat Rider, and that ain't fun, let me tell you. Alternatively, run into a whole bunch of Ion Shells, which isn't exactly fun either. At least you have the Stifling Dagger to CS from a range. This Oracle Band, by the way, just got so much better. Yeah, being able to purge things is not really a super common thing in Dota 2 anymore. Lots of those tools have been removed. They'll take out the Dazzle, but they'll pick up the Dazzle, rather. As nice as that is for the survivability, for the lane control, Team's heroes are kind of just these heroes that just bypass Dazzle entirely, including this Morphling. You still may be able to get the Grave, but Dazzle in the early stages is all about that slow, methodical poke, whereas Bat Rider and Spirit Breaker and Darkseer are all about that we're just going to go ahead and kill you like that. They don't poke. They just straight kill you. And that's not exactly what you want to see if you're playing Dazzle on the other end. So these supports from J.Storm, I'm not really liking their spot unless they can somehow make sure that the team heroes are low enough so that they don't go for that aggressive play in the first place. That's going to be really difficult. And of course later on the Morphling is a pretty good hero, just obliterating that one target, whether it be the Dazzle or the Phoenix. So I'm really liking where Team have landed. I'm not really sure how powerful these heroes are, specifically, again, those first 2 picks in absolute terms, but going up against what J.Storm have, it seems like it can do quite a bit. J.Storm needs, who used to be picked up in response to, like, Spirit Breaker? It used to be the Puck, right, and the Spirits? Like, these heroes that would just be able to say, nope, not being charged today. Juggernaut's going to be selected instead, so J.Storm looking to shuffle up their lanes. Looking at PA mid right now, and Juggernaut versus that Bat Rider. Jug is definitely one of the better ones as far as dealing with the Bat Rider. You just spin off that Napalm, as well as that Spirit Breaker, because, you know, you may get charged, but at least you don't take that Ion Shell damage if you get that spin out.
10 seconds remaining.
Not a terrible pick from the J.Storm side. I don't really know if I like Jug, though. I feel like he never really does enough. Like, he's an okay hero because he has that defensive aspect. He has the Healing Ward, again, a little more defensive. You can get to a point where you're power farming with him. You can get to a point where your Omni Slash just crushes someone. I'm not really sure if that's going to happen in this game because look at who he's going to be Omni Slashing. It's going to be a tough sell there. I'm just kind of lukewarm on this hero. If you get a little bit of Juju stacks, then you can definitely do quite a bit. But, of course, that takes a lot of time. Surge gives him extra damage. You are correct, it does. But I'm not sure if it's enough damage to warrant picking a hero that is otherwise kind of meh. I don't know. It may just be. We're doing some science here, as our team. I assume they've done this before. I just haven't seen it yet. What is the ban phasing look like? They take down the Centaur. J.Storm still looking for that off laner for Ev. To go up against the Morphling. Morphling's a solid laner. He's not really going to be an overwhelmingly dominant force. So for J.Storm right now, they have many an option as far as what they want to pick up.
10 seconds remaining.
Again, prioritizing survivability.
5 seconds remaining.
How good is Axe here for J.Storm? It does seem like they may have to worry about just getting run at a little bit too much. How good is Tidehunter? Get rid of those Napalm stacks, easily defend yourself. I don't know if that hero is... I don't know about that hero, really, at all. I kind of want to see it, but I don't know if it's good. I was watching Zai, I think, earlier play the Bristleback. And I've always been a big fan of the Bristleback, even though I know he's kind of hit or miss. You're looking at all this physical damage, man, with armor amplification, or I guess minus armor from the Dazzle, may as well go all in, man. I mean, the team side do have some reasonable armor just by their base values, but I mean, if you're gonna go in, you may as well go in. It is very likely that that type of hero is just not on their radar because it's kind of a niche hero. But a man can dream, right? I can dream, can't I? It's a pretty decent hero up against Batrider.
10 seconds.
You just have a lot of resistances, and resistance is good.
5 seconds remaining.
You get a little bit of extra help with the Phoenix also. I mean, I'm not really sure how much Phoenix is going to help in that scenario. Probably not that much. And it's a Sand King. Okay. Yeah. Sand King has a point-click stun. And that is now 1 stun from the J.Storm side. Although, granted, Team don't really have an abundance of disable either. A combo-breaking hero, Sand King, does have that ability just to say no to the Spirit Breaker. Unless there's some setup beforehand, unless there's a force of a burst strike beforehand, Spirit Breaker is going to be hard-pressed to land a good charge on a Sand King. You get the Sand King Dazzle combo. I wonder if that's going to be what their lanes are looking like. Throw the Jug with the Phoenix, Sand King Dazzle, get a little bit of that Shadow Wave damage going. And it is the type of hero that has, I think, the attack range on Morphling usually is going to be enough to skirt that Caustic, but I think sometimes you're just going to get hit by that. What is the Caustic Finale range? Explosion damage, expire damage, effect radius 400, and Morphling is like 375, 350 attack range. Okay, never mind. You're always going to get hit by that, whatchamacallit, the Caustic. I'm pretty sure people don't really go Caustic, but it might be a thing. The OD pickup now from the team side. Okay. All right, we have ourselves a little bit of a, we have ourselves a real match here. Because it's going to be an IX Mike support Batrider riding some mechanical bat. I have no idea what that is. OD is going up against heroes that aren't really incredibly bright. Defensively, going to be an absolute monster. Oh, and whoa, okay, never mind. It's going to be a Milan, Sand King, and Bryle will take the reins as Dazzle for the mid lane. That's what I was expecting last game. I saw the Dazzle, I'm like, you know, it's going to be a core Dazzle. I could dig it right now. First of all, Milan is great at the Sand King. I don't know how good Bryle is at the Dazzle. I unfortunately don't have that information. But you get that additional farm as the Dazzle. You get that early Necro Book, and that just lets you kind of push the issue wherever you want. It's a very, very powerful early game play. And you're looking at Morphling, OD, even Darkseer. Like, these aren't really super Omega powerful early game heroes. You have on your side Juggernaut, who you just have a spin. You just have an Omni Slash. And yeah, there may be some difficulty using Omni Slash against the Morphling, against the OD. Not exactly ideal there. But the early game timing that J.Storm can hit, it's going to be really low in the time as far as how fast it comes out, and it's going to be really hard as well. It's going to hit hard and fast. So, you know, both these two teams tried to kind of mind game a little bit, and I think J.Storm just got a little bit more on top. I'm not a huge fan of the OD, mostly because I haven't really seen a whole lot, so my sample size isn't really that large. So admittedly, I'm probably not the authority here. Definitely not a big fan of support Batrider. I feel like that hero in the support role never really does anything. But who knows, maybe IX Mike can bring something out here. Of course, the early game is going to be, what can Brax do? What can Nushim do? What can they do together to apply that pressure? Because as good as Dazzle is, once he is level 7 with a couple of his items, you know, early stat items and whatnot, he's a good hero. Good hero. Level 1, he's still a good hero, but he's not Spirit Breaker Darkseer good hero, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely possible that Team just run this Bryle Dazzle over in the early game. And after how last game went, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Team place even more of an emphasis on shutting down Bryle. They left Sammy Boy on, I think he's actually top Morphling instead of a little bit of swap here, but they left Sammy Boy in the mid lane. He got bodied by Bryle. If you leave Roya in the mid lane, I don't know how the OD Dazzle matchup usually goes. Honestly, I still don't have the most data here, so sorry guys. I assume the OD will do okay,
30 seconds to
but I assume that he also won't crush the Dazzle. Like, he'll do fine. Slight advantage, 55, 45, 40, 60, something like that. Once you add the threat of that Spirit Breaker, then things get very, very different. And Dazzle certainly is not a hero like Puck, like Sand King. He's very, very anti-Spirit Breaker type heroes. Puck used to be like the big hero. Like when Spirit Breaker used to be picked up, it'll be just you straight respond with Puck. You pick up a great hero, pick up a great defense hero versus that particular matchup, you're golden. You're good to go. And it's clearly not the case any longer in this day and age, but you know what? That's okay. We got Forev, who's going to be roughing it out on the safe lane. This is not exactly a fun lane. Granted, Juggernaut is one of the more immune heroes to this. What is that Ion Shell? That looks crazy. As far as heroes are concerned that are melee, like, Juggernaut does this okay, perhaps slightly better than others, handling this 1v2 lane. But it's still not fun. Like, he would rather be doing pretty much anything else. Up towards top lane, though, gotta watch out because they know that there is a hero currently off the map. I don't think they have eyes on Milan yet, although it's probably going to come as Ice Mike. Did he see him? I think he just saw him on the edge there. I mean, they probably know that something's going on here. Okay, they definitely saw him. They know that something's going on there, and regardless of what it actually is, they know they can't step up for CS. So that's not a good spot for a Morphling to be. Because a Morphling with no gold, turns out, is a really terrible hero. You just don't do anything. I want to see how this mid lane is going to go. It's much easier to get these denies on OD versus a Dazzle who can't really pressure you all that much. Keep a Dazzle on a low level and he won't really be doing all that much, but we'll see how Bryle manages this lane. Still, I mean, at the end of the day, it's Dazzle who's hitting for 67. What's his attack range? Attack range 550. OD is slightly less, 450, yeah. With a little bit less damage, so aside from skills, Dazzle has all the advantages here as far as just pure laning is concerned. And I wonder if that's actually going to be a relevant factor. I mean, he is doing okay versus that OD, but that's pretty much exactly what you would expect. Forev, ooh, got bashed. Nushim has been practicing. Brax does have that surge. But you probably still max out Ion Shell first. Probably get a little bit of extra surge before vacuum. Just try to, you know, stack up that combo. I don't really know. The percentage movement speed is so hard to evaluate nowadays. Because it's, like, so different from just base movement speed numbers. Roya, oof. Really putting the screws to Bryle right now, but unable to get the kill. Really does lack that finishing blow of the OD until you get to, you know, the point where your opponent makes a mistake or you have that Eclipse. Ooh, Sammy boy. Fire. Not that much damage versus the water. And IX Mike, he's still, like, here. I'm not entirely sure what he's contributing here. I mean, the fact that he is here means that there will be Napalm. Chasing forward to kill off the Morphling after waveform is going to be much more difficult. And that's kind of nice. But you're also giving a Sand King free stick charges. Phoenix stick charges are less relevant than the Sand Kings for sure, but a Sand King with stick charges is such a threat. A Phantom Assassin with stick charges, I mean, especially since Aquila, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Aquila, that's how I've always said it. Since that item got removed, just an absolute fantastic item for this PA, because she needs a little bit of mana in order to spam her spells. That's not really the case. If you always give her a full stick or a full wand, she'll have enough mana for Dagger all the time. And I'm not entirely sure if that if the Batrider is really gaining anything by casting that Napalm, except for that threat. But again, it's kind of an empty threat, so yeah, we'll see if it actually does anything, but it seems like for right now, the Napalm is kind of actively helping the opposition as opposed to hurting them. Forev, did he get charged yet? No, he didn't. Here's one Ion Shell ticking him down, puts the healing ward down. It's not enough. And they even get the Greater Bash, I think. I think that was a Greater Bash. Looked like it. Forev, spin to farm the creep wave. Actually, CS-wise, is doing pretty well. Again, like, Juggernaut does this pretty well compared to others. Oh, Dazzle. Going for that OD. He's going to pop out. Poison Touch. Still live. And, well, that's not much longer. Dazzle. Stick charges. Still okay. Still okay. And Nushim. Oh, he can't even get the last hit. Can't even get the last hit, and Bryle's immediately going to break invis because he has Milan coming around the corner. Here comes the Burrow Strike, just a little bit too slow. Level 1 Burrow Strike is still a piece of garbage. The range is pathetic. And charge comes in once more. Nushim onto Bryle, hoping, praying for that Greater Bash. Should have practiced more, dude. Should have practiced more. But Bryle gets a solo kill yet again on his mid lane opposition. That Poison Touch, man. That Poison Touch, so much damage. Even though you can block, how long? Like 2 seconds? 4 seconds? 4 seconds worth of that damage. It's just overwhelming. Boy is just going to go right up the high ground. Take a Poison Touch to the dome. And Bryle is probably going to be okay with how that went. He is very okay with how that went. Oh my god, is he okay with how that went. He just bodied Roya right there. Holy crap, that's so much damage. In the meantime, Nushim jumped in on by Moo, slashed to bits, and IX Mike is like, I'm a support Batrider. I am helping in this case. Takes a lot of damage himself. Luckily for him, he's not going to be dove anytime soon. Maybe. It depends on how great the angle is for Milan. But again, only level 1 Burrow Strike. Feels bad, man. Probably just time to call it quits right now. But the charge is coming in from Nushim. So speedy. Lands the dust onto Milan. Burrow Strike does land to the Batrider, so no more Firefly in play. Nushim is pretty darn quick, but not quick enough to get on top of Milan. And now they're thinking about that turnaround. Probably not, actually. It's a full 3v3 up on this top lane. Of course, that means for Forev, he's just up against a Darkseer. And that's not really a worrying scenario for a Juggernaut, especially a Juggernaut who has Omnislash. Now, Omnislash is really, really kind of meh tool versus Darkseer simply because he has 7 armor. But still, you gotta respect that. You gotta stay near your creeps or just stay clear of the lane entirely. And because Nushim's now in this top lane, yeah, he's slowing down Moo. But Forev is gonna get all this space to recover, and Brax, he really doesn't have any way of playing around this. Darkseer doesn't have that flexibility. He will just have to keep ion shelling the creep wave, sending it in, shoving it in. Your game plan never really changes. Nushim's ready to go. Is it time to bulldoze in? Here's the charge. Lands onto Moo. Lands onto nothing because Milan lined him up for the 2-man Burrow Strike. And now IX Mike taking so much damage. The Icarus dive overhead. Moo still alive. As they do take down IX Mike, Moo now jumps into the tree line. Gonna juke him around. Easy peasy jukes. And we'll get the dagger onto Sammy Boy. Though this Morphling is incredibly bulky, I doubt they have what it takes to kill him off. I doubt they have what it takes to kill a Spirit Breaker off 2 because, oh, they do land a really nice charge onto 3. And IX Mike is coming back, but Milan has another Burrow Strike. Flame Break. Milan can't even turn around. The turn rate reduction of the Napalm showing up and helping in a big way. Securing that kill. And Spirit Breaker, man, is landing like all these multi-man charges. What is going on over here? Brax is just going to cut the creep wave in the middle of nowhere. Forev is kind of okay with this. He's not happy with this, but again, Juggernaut can handle this. And he's suddenly on top of the net worth chart. With the rest of his allies not too far behind. And Morphling is really struggling to find a home where he's not just constantly battling. And even though, you know, constantly battling Wraith bands, they go together quite well. Oh, nice CS. It's just not quite good enough.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Just because I think the Phantom Assassin, she's going for a whole lot of stats herself. You know, the patch is new still. We're pretty quickly, I think, going to get to that point where teams are going to try to greed out on not picking up those stat items. And then teams are going to be like, okay, well, if they're not doing it, then we don't have to do it either. Then they're like, oh, well, we can do it now since you're not doing it. And it's going to be this whole early stat game metagame. By the way, charge is coming onto the Phoenix. He does have a dive out, but I think the attack's following him, and he will go down. Moo and Milan both very healthy. The creeps, though, are just getting in there. Burrow Strike lands on everyone. Now the creeps are going to fall back, actually, as Nushim charges straight in onto Moo, but Blurry can't quite hit his target. Although, here comes IX Mike for a little bit of assistance. Brian, in the meantime, solo kills Roya. Oh, man, I chose the wrong fight to watch. Another sick Burrow Strike from Milan, getting Moo out of danger. Takes a bash for his troubles, takes 2 bashes for his troubles. March coming in to reinforce, and ultimately everyone else is going to escape, but holy hell, Bryle just solo killed the enemy OD. And there is a very, very fast dog on his ass right now. Bryle, run away. I don't think he can escape the Ion Shell. It's too much. So Brax comes in and drops a whole lot of laughter on him. Great kill for Brax there for sure. Helmet of the Dominator already paying off dividends for the Darkseer. Suddenly he's on top of the net worth chart, actually. How the hell much gold did he get? Oh my god, that's 528 for that kill. Probably worth it. I mean, that seems like a reasonable amount of money to get for that kill. Ooh, Brax. Surge a little bit slow. Takes a big spin from Forev. Can we have a quick moment of silence for what's happening in the inventory of Juggernaut? Like, he so wishes that he could do something about this, but he can't. He really wishes he had some backup right now. He's going to grab the Bounty Rune. Spin doing a little bit of damage to Nusham, but he just dashes right through, and Forev, they are not killing this healing ward, so Forev's going to grab 2 of them. Where's the backup? Blue's coming in, but Blue's not that healthy. Omni Slash does quite a bit of damage, buys Forev a little bit of time, but the help is coming in way too slowly. Although the help is here now, I don't think they can do anything with it. Man, I mean, at least he gets 2 Bounty Runes, so, oh my god, J.Storm got all the Bounty Runes. So if you're the Juggernaut there, you can't be too upset. Brax, this lane pressure is inexorable. Someone's going to have to be here, and it probably is going to have to be someone better than a Sand King. Sand King really can't do much to help here. If they get a glimpse of him, he's just going to get charged or something. And speaking of Dazzle, oh, Grave ran out, then he got popped by the Imprison. Sorry for missing that charge, guys. They finally get that pick off on the Dazzle. Again, there's just more room for Roy. Oh my god. Ice Frog, what have you done? What have you done to your game, Ice Frog? If anyone's gonna mass null talismans, at least it's OD. Like, that makes a lot of sense. But still, man, come on. Tower down, and now the dive might be live. Forev gonna thinking about going in there. The charge was canceled. Juggernaut with Vlad's does give a lot of assistance to this Phantom Assassin, and Vlad's, like, with this armor, so incredible. With this extra damage, I believe it just amplifies stats straight, so it's really, really powerful there. Forev will have the spin to get a little bit of distance, but Nusham just charges straight through. That does stun him just a little bit. March in the area does have a Supernova to maybe get Forev a little bit of cover if he wants to deploy it. Not really sure if that's entirely going to be worth it, though. Forev is taking way too much damage from the spin of Sammy Boy. It will give him up. In the meantime, though, Bryle does have this level 1 book going to town in this tower. Roya is going to return to defend it, and the backup is coming in. Charge is on Bryle. Yes, it is. Oh, he does have a Grave. Can he get it out in time? It's going to be close. Can't get it out. Tried to stick up there. And it will be another kill here for Team. They're starting to get this kind of tempo train going right now. And you know what? I am kind of impressed by how the Spirit Breaker has been doing so far. These charges have just been through everyone. Like, he's been landing so many charges, which is great, but he's been landing multi-hero charges, which is just so difficult to do. You should make sure to get your angle correct every single time, and that's no easy feat. The team are definitely battling back in this game a lot more than they were in game 1, and Milan now in a little bit of trouble because he is going to get bulldozed upon, pulled back, and bashed. Man, that is a sick combo. It's an RNG combo, granted, but it is sick nonetheless. J.Storm are going to start to rally around their Dazzle, though. Dazzle by himself, even though he is a core, he's much better than he used to be, but he's still not really a super powerful hero. Needs to be with his allies. That's when he's at his strongest. That's when his ultimate actually starts doing things offensively as opposed to just cooldown reduction, which isn't bad. But, you know, you get that minus armor with some Juggernaut hits, with some PA crits, then you're cooking with gas. So if J.Storm feels so inclined, the group up and play as a team move might just get them that last tier 1 at the very least. Forev v Sammy Boy, the battle of the century right here. Although Sammy Boy is going to waveform out, suddenly Poison Touch and dive and Omni Slash. Sammy Boy in a lot of trouble. No replicate either. He's just going to get chopped to bits. And that is an okay from Forev. Now, do they want to push this top lane tower in earnest? It's going to be runes in a minute. I don't think they can take this tower down in a minute. Milan's getting a lot of time to farm elsewhere. Where's this PA? She's kind of just in the area farming as well. Yeah, it's a half-hearted push from J.Storm. shouldn't really cost them much. Charge may come in, may stun Forev, but he has the charge and a good amount of backup afterwards. Healing ward, microed pretty well for Ev. I'm dying. Still gonna take quite a bit of damage here, but now the spin comes out, and with the fire spirits, should be okay. Although to the south, it's Moo in a lot of trouble because OD and Morphling got right on top of this PA. Jumps down to the low ground where Bryle's waiting. Does have a grave for him. Oh, he walked out of range. Tried to get up the high ground, but the healing ward is gonna give him a little bit of help with the vacuum back, and Bryle now has to grave himself. And that ain't gonna do much for him because he will pop from this bubble, and you're dead. TP out from the Phoenix will get him out alive. The team just coming in from every which way. And J.Storm just not able to fight back as a team. I mean, yeah, they were grouped up, but that is not the type of group up I meant. They needed to actually stay together and you know, try to get some jumps on targets that are coordinated, not everyone free-for-all. And that was definitely a everyone run for their life type of play. Here comes the charge. Oh my god, that surge! And the stomp follow from the Centaur, and the right clicks. That's a dead Juggernaut. Holy crap. Holy crap, that was so fast. Oh my god. Yeah. You're too slow. .sonic.mp3. What the hell are you supposed to do? There's no time to react to that. Do it again. Please do it again. I want to see it, Nusham Brax. Show me that combo. I don't even care if you do anything with it. Just show it to me. This might be my new favorite thing. It may turn out that this isn't like a great combo. It's not worth the picks. But I don't care, man. I just don't care. March. There's no way you Icarus dive away from that. Icarus dive is pretty quick. Like, you go really quickly while you're diving. Not that fast, man. Not that fast. Don't show yourself, March. By the way, IX Mike is dying. Whatever, man. It's a support Bat Rider. He's got nothing. He's not going to have anything for, like, the next however many minutes. Irrelevant. Milan, though, is working towards that Blink Dagger. Once he gets that group up play that I was mentioning earlier for J.Storm may actually come about. Till then, though, anytime a hero presents himself just like this, just poking down in the low ground, killing off a creep wave, although Dazzle with maxed out Shadow Wave can do it very quickly, it does put you in some form of danger. But here we go. This is when things get a little scary. Once the Necro Book gets leveled up, get these, you know, handful of good items here and there. Desolator, Vlad's. Oh, gee. Oh, I missed it! No! Oh, God, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm apologizing to you guys. I probably want to see it more than you do. But then there's a dead Phoenix. Phoenix only has 1 armor, by the way, so if there's a Spirit Breaker on top of you, you're taking a lot of damage. Spirit Breaker's base damage is incredibly high. OD. Null, Kaya. Do you think he wants more spell amplification? Do you think that's what he's doing here? Dude's got stats and then some. He just has to make sure to find a safe spot in those fights. Just sit back and drop some bombs. Once there's a Juggernaut and PA on you, if you don't have it in prison for yourself, you're in a lot of trouble. Speaking of a lot of trouble, Roshan is in a lot of trouble. There is no dire scan either. They may see the Phoenix on the bottom lane, but it's going to be a little bit too late. Here comes the siege creep. It's going to be like, oh shit, what's going on here? And the charge coming in pretty quickly onto everyone. Roshan down. Nusham grabs the Aegis as well with the Eclipse onto everyone. This is looking terrible for J.Storm. Oh no, this Phoenix is going to come in. The Omnislash goes off, but it's not doing nearly enough. The Supernova off to the side will be very quickly dealt with. Double kill for Roya as Forev now trying to dash away, but you can't run away from this. That's going to be a 3-for-1. They walk away with the Roche kill, with the Aegis, and J.Storm just get absolutely crashed hard. And Sammy Boy, the Juggernaut Morphling, is still... Oh my god, here comes the Surge! Out of nowhere with the steel chair onto Moo! That PA is going to crumble, and now old Nusham's going to try to battle out. Would be risky if not for that Aegis. Milan has a Sandstorm. Is there dust on the Spirit Breaker? No, there isn't. So maybe Milan is going to get out of here just fine. But holy crap, that combo. Okay, well. So they grab the Roshan kill. They grab 4 kills in addition to that. and force out a buyback. They lose an irrelevant Batrider and an Aegis. All in all, if you're team, it's a pretty good day. It's a pretty good fight. You guys could kind of already see what this Dazzle does in these team fights. You can see why people pick him up. But Dazzle with no space, as in a Dazzle who just got charged by this, yeah, man, there's nothing that the Dazzle can do at that point. Just don't get charged. Just don't get charged. There's nothing else you really can do, unfortunately. And team now with an OD being as fat as he is. He starts upgrading his Null Talismans into something a little bit fatter here. The Morphling still not quite where he wants to be, but he's gone for such a cost-effective build that he can still function in these fights when the fights happen. Compare that to Forev. His fall from grace has been not exactly a pleasant one from him. Was at one point top of the net worth, and now he's nowhere close. Dazzle kind of the same way. So Storm, I don't know. I mean, they do have a Blink Dagger on the Sand King. They do still have a Phoenix. They still can get these opportunities to get these picks if they find the right heroes, and that's just so difficult to do. They have been de-warding pretty well, using that Blur from Moo. Like, it's just so hard to respond to what team are doing with their initiation because it comes in so damn quick, and it's going to be coming in a little bit faster once this Batrider eventually, I assume, picks up a Blink Dagger. For support Batriders, I'm not sure if Blink Dagger is your first item. Tell you what though, March is in a bad spot. He's gonna jump a little bit further away, and it looks like he will survive. They grab the courier,
Radiant's bottom tower
and that's it. Okay, lasso used for value. I don't know what value, but you know, they tried their best.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't know if they can defend this. They should know that shit's right around the corner. Burrow Strike lands with the Juggernaut. Huge charge in so quickly onto the Forev, onto Milan. Hiding in the corner now. The Healing Ward needs to do a lot more than it's currently doing. Not enough. Milan's going to get chunked down. Easy 2-kill for the team. And that's going to be tower down, looking for more. Alright, yeah. Surge on Spirit Breaker is crazy. This is dirty. I'm not sure if I approve of this. Kids, avert your eyes. Look, Brax not even going to surge himself away, just going to calmly walk out, no big deal. He's got a pipe. He's got all the regen in the world. 42 regen, charge right back in, and a vacuum. They immediately grave Forev, but he's going to die as soon as he pops out, I think. Yeah, he's dead. And now the jump in, Supernova, Epicenter. They're trying to gun for the Morphling, but he has a waveform out, and he's surged. He's so quickly away from here. IX Mike, he may die, but who cares? It's a Batrider who doesn't even have lasso. They trade him for Milan, and now they've got Bryle and Mood. They're both going to take an absolute beating here. Roy's going to prison himself. He's in a little bit of trouble, actually. Morphling can't quite rejoin the fight as they will take down the OD. Nushim and Brax, though, in the pits with the Ion Shell, will give away that Spirit Breaker, but gains real bad for J.Storm. Like, real bad. Like, they just don't have enough survivability. With this build on Juggernaut, it's a really good build 10 minutes ago. There is an Ogre Axe, I'm sorry, for survivability for the Phantom Assassin. That's some stats. They just do not have enough sustain to resist the initial initiation. Never mind any follow-up damage that may come about from this now Shiva's Guard OD, or the Morphling, or like anyone else. It seems like every single charge, like, it just immediately ends the fight. If you let that charge land without a Burrow Strike, you can't fight back. And how are you supposed to react to that charge with a Burrow Strike? I mean, Milan's a good player and everything, but goddamn, that charge is so fast. You just don't have the time to react. They'll smoke up and move out. Now, finding one hero alone, that's what J.Storm can still rely on. That's what Phantom Assassin does well. That's what Juggernaut does well. I'm not really sure if team are going to give them the light of day, because anyone they will run into will have backup right around the corner. Smokes on smokes. Haste Rune. Roya going to get in on the speed game as IX Mike. Going to Firefly up to the high ground. Get a good eye onto everyone. Here comes a charge in. Does land into the Sand King. And the spin is up. They're doing so much damage to IX Mike, but again, who cares? The Supernova is going to be pretty quickly dealt with. The wall is down, and everyone gets cleaned up by Roya's ultimate. Oh my god, yeah, okay. It might be time to call it, J.Storm, because you just got obliterated by that Sanity's Eclipse. Dropping the hammer. Hammer equals dropped. I'm not really sure when Sanity's Eclipse became known as the hammer, but he's got so much intelligence, so much spell amplification. I don't even... does this total? Spell amp. Where is it? 13 point... That's not right. No, he's got 13.4 from intelligence by itself, plus all of this other, which I'm not even going to add up because I'm too lazy. Yeah, it does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage. I mean, you find someone in the front like that, you burrow strike them immediately. It's an appropriate response if you're Sand King. But, yeah, if you don't have an immediate jump in on someone a little more relevant than a Bat Rider who has this, it's pointless, man. That type of initiation has to come onto someone like a Morphling. If that happens, J.Storm still have a shot. Like, blow up Morphling first thing, use Omnislash afterwards, whatever. Now that fight, at least they have a chance for it. But if you use your primary stun, and by primary, I mean only, then only stun on a Bat Rider, who is still just like a ward, like he's just a hawk from Beastmaster, then you're not winning that fight. I heard stuns were pretty good. I'm a big fan of stuns in this game. You can see why for Team stuns are pretty good. They're landing every single stun. They don't really have that many stuns either, honestly. Nushim just makes it seem like the team has infinite stuns because he's always charging through people. I mean, gotta hand it to J.Storm. Never give up, never surrender. Mu is almost at his BKB, so yeah, maybe with that he's able to not die immediately from OD's Eclipse. Let's say 150 intelligence. How much intelligence does PA have? Let's say 40. So what is this? 11. That's 110. It's 1,000. Spell amp and Kayayasha kind of balance out with that 25%. So it's about yeah, it's about like 1,000 pure damage. Usually got 1,600. Fast math, probably not right, but it's a lot. It's a lot of damage. It is a lot of damage.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
I don't think these other heroes are that much brighter either. Dazzle's pretty smart. Like 42 int. Yeah, that's for everyone. Oh my god. They all have very similar amounts of intelligence, with the exception of the Dazzle. So, yeah, if you land that, you are going to get absolutely eviscerated. And Nushim. Maybe if they initiate on Nushim, but Ix Mike again is in the front here. And he is, yeah, going to take a little bit of damage. Careful committing. Oh, he just walked right into the lasso. Burrow Strike is really good, as well as that dive. Oh, the Supernova. What did you do? Supernova's not supposed to be back there, I don't think. Omnislash is going to go off and do about no damage to anyone. They've taken the one hero down, and they will back off after. I mean, that's not super bad. That was, like, okay. They use a Supernova and an Omnislash to get a support Bat Rider. It's something. It is something. I'm pretty sure Team don't give a hoot about that. Like, they just don't care. Ix Mike cares because he's dead, but everyone else can go straight into that Roche Pit. Nushim charge straight in. Oh my god. Speed of light charge. And then, well, Mu actually found himself in OD, forces himself in prison, but in the back it's Sammy Boy. He's slaying birds, and it's just a pit of everyone hitting each other and doing no damage, specifically from the Radiant side. They have to be hitting Sammy Boy and not get hit with that. Ryle's now forced to grave himself and run away, so he's most likely Bacon, as well as Milan gonna fall. Roya gonna capture the Dazzle in a Pokeball, and that is not a good kind of Pokeball either. You're dead. Team, yeah, this is looking pretty over. Because J.Storm, they just can't respond to really anything, and they found the 5th. There goes Mu. Based off of my very limited experience casting the Dark Seer Spirit Breaker combo in the new patch, seems pretty good. it seems pretty good. I still think this Batrider pick was whatever. Like, it was a hero that died so that other heroes won't die. And that's like, what any hero can do that. For Vision, it was decent. For sure, IX Mike was providing that threat. He was giving the team that flying vision, and that's kind of nice. But it just seemed like Team, they were always getting the stuns off of J.Storm. And J.Storm, Milan, he just couldn't get the relevant stuns in return. I don't know if it's ban-worthy. I really don't. But I will say it's good enough to get Team a 1-1 draw so far here in the NA qualifiers here for the Chongqing Major. Guys, I'm Mikelorus, and I'll be right back for Game 3 between Team and J.Storm. Don't go anywhere.